Calling this meeting to order at 5:30. We will start with an invocation and pledge by Dr. Steve Taylor. All right, now we will have the swearing in of Dr. Dave Lowery as the mayor of Lynn Haven. He will be sworn in by Commissioner Brian Granger from Panama City.
How about now? Thank you, Jody. All right. First, Dr. Steve, thank you sincerely for being here tonight. You've been my pastor and my friend for many, many years, over a decade now. And it's an honor to have you here. Brian Granger, who served with me at Tyndall for many years. We were Lieutenant Colonel Lowery and Master Sergeant Granger. We were cyber professionals at 1st Air Force together for a number of years. It's truly an honor, brother, to have you swear me in. And we go from being former active duty together to veterans together, to now officially public servants together. Thank you. One of my most favorite quotes is from the late Beatle, John Lennon, who once penned, "Life is what happens while you're planning your future." Lennon's words remind us that we should do our utmost best to balance and savor life in the present without focusing too much on the lofty goals and future aspirations that may lay ahead. When I departed Tyndall Air Force Base's main gates on August 1st, 2018, for the last time in uniform on active duty, never in my wildest dreams would I have guessed that just around the corner, 2 months later, was a Cat 5 hurricane that would literally destroy 86% of said base and wreak havoc on our entire community. Likewise, stepping up into the public service ranks and serving as a city mayor was just about the furthest thing from my professional radar, as was a Cat 5 hurricane. Yet life happened and circumstances changed, and ladies and gentlemen, we're here tonight in a largely rebuilt community and in a brand new city hall, swearing in a new mayor and kicking off a new chapter in the history of Lynn Haven. I want y'all to know that this ceremony is an incredibly humbling event and one that I am truly grateful for everyone in attendance here tonight for being a part of this. Whether you are a family member, a friend, a neighbor, a volunteer, a city employee, a fellow military veteran, a fellow Masonic brother, or all of the above. With so many friends and family here tonight, if I went face by face around the room, which I could do, we would literally be here all night. So I will just say a heartfelt across the board thank you. Thank you sincerely for each one of you being here tonight. Well, I'll do my best to make these remarks brief. There are a handful of special people in my life that I need to take a moment to individually recognize. First, to my wife, Sarah, my college sweetheart turned bride of 3 decades now, and our 3 children, Jackson, Emma Naomi, and Jessica. Thank you for all of your love and support. I love you for dearly and can't imagine my life without any of you. Unfortunately, we are down 1 daughter tonight. Emma Naomi is in Pensacola with her boyfriend who had surgery earlier today and is in the hospital in Pensacola. He's recovering well, but she was not able to make it here tonight because of that. There's also 3 extended family members and 2 longtime professional mentors of mine that could not be here tonight with us in person, but watching online and attending in spirit. First, to my father-in-law, Bob Holm, up in Augusta, Georgia, who's watching online. He received close to 3 inches of snow on Sunday, which unfortunately delayed his travel plans to be here with us today. Second is my maternal uncle, Ronnie Brown, up in Paxton, Florida, who is currently at home recovering from open heart surgery. And a third, a paternal cousin, Royce Jones, up in Bonifay, Florida, who's recovering from a recent heart attack. Wishing the speediest of recoveries to both my Uncle Ronnie and cousin Royce. Now, I want to specifically thank 2 professional mentors of mine who literally guided and mentored me for decades. The first, a retired Army Major, Thomas J. McFarland, who mentored me for the past 34 years since I was a 14-year-old high school Army Junior ROTC cadet in his program. Second, to retired Air Force Brigadier General Stan Osterman, a 24-year professional mentor and 2-time commander of mine, who was by far the most significant, high-impact senior leader and role model I ever knew in my 2 decades in uniform. Also want to recognize each member of the Lynn Haven Recall Committee, starting with its chairman, James Finch, Vice Chair Wilma Wilson, organizers Tammy Smith, Dan Johnson, Zach Detweiler, and the numerous individuals who literally spent 6 months worth of their weekends knocking on doors, making phone calls, literally from one end of Lynn Haven to the other, gathering more than 6,000 recall petitions in total. Recent recall efforts here in Lynn Haven were by far the largest in Bay County history, and without the efforts made by each and every one of you, tonight's change in mayoral leadership would not have been possible. Thank you. I also need to publicly thank my longtime friend, fellow Air Force veteran, Panama City Commissioner Brian Granger, who I mentioned before, who did me the great honor of administering the oath of office to me tonight. It doesn't seem possible, brother, that 8 years has flown by now. But tonight, we're once again serving the common good together in neighboring communities. I'll be proud to be a junior wingman to you. Lastly, I want to take a moment to thank all 4 city commissioners. Jamie Warwick, Judy Tender, Pat Perno, and Sam Peebles. Y'all give them a round of applause. I want to publicly thank them for placing their professional trust and confidence in me by unanimously voting to appoint me the city's next mayor for the next 15 months. I promise to you that I will endeavor mightily every single day to do exactly what I said I would do during the recall election campaign trail. And I look forward to partnering with you 4 as we bring forward positive change to our beloved city, hopefully in short order. As we open a new chapter in the history of Lynn Haven, I would like nothing more than for the history to look back at this very time, right here, right now, entitled the start of this chronological chapter we're about to write together as a return to normalcy and transparency. On that note, I will now pivot to the key tasks at hand, specifically where I see the city of Lynn Haven going organizationally over the next 15 months. CJ, IT, would y'all please pull up the slide? All right, hopefully y'all can see that and my big head's not too much in the way. For those of you that know me, you know I am a firm believer in the old adage of saying what you mean and meaning what you say. And to that end, here are the top 5 issues that I campaigned on during the recall election. True to my word, these are the top 5 issues I will deliberately and intentionally tackle with the rest of the commission in short order in my new organizational role as your mayor. The first bullet represents the largest of organizational challenges we must address to the best of our ability. Transparency and accountability are absolutely critical in all aspects of public service. And frankly, they are the 2 most needed improvement areas within our organization moving forward. We have a lot of amazing people in the city of Lynn Haven, and we have a major change in leadership taking place right now. A new police chief on his way and a new city manager to be hired soon. Together with the commission, we will tag team and do our very best leading this city forward from here. If we do this right, with greatly enhanced sunshine, transparency, and accountability, and all of the city's professional duties and operations, this will go a long way to restoring the public trust of our fellow citizens across this community. In order to accomplish this, we have to go back and take a hard look at the city's financial books with a state-level audit agency. We'll also be scrubbing our manpower allocations to make sure that we have the right leveraging of our full-time and part-time resources in the areas where they're needed most. Also, garnering expedited approval from our citizens to amend the city charter to add a full-time city clerk to our organizational chart is something I will be pushing in the next coming months. This new city clerk position would report directly to the city commission and manage our financial resources and oversee proper policy adherence while working hand in hand with the city manager who oversees personnel and day-to-day operations. Together, these 2 senior leaders will tag team to provide dual authentication and leadership for the allocation of city resources, appropriate while ensuring all of the governing federal, state, and local policies are properly adhered to and followed at all times. On a related note, I will be asking the City Commission to revisit the recent changes in the current non-ad valorem tax for stormwater, which was originally a 3-tier structure, changed to a 4-tier structure, and many individual lot owners received assessments that literally doubled last fall just before the holidays. Because non-ad valorem taxes do generally not have a defined end period where they would officially sunset, this particular type of tax can be charged indefinitely by a simple majority vote of a taxing authority, in this case, the Lynn Haven City Commission. I am a firm believer that non-ad valorem taxes should be a measure of last resort and only used during times of financial crisis and should be put before the voters for approval with clear and strong justification and a defined start and end date for said special tax. Moving forward, I want to ensure that the current non-ad valorem tax for stormwater is assigned a defined sunset date with clear guide rails on how to establish any further non-ad valorem tax proposals here in the city of Lynn Haven going forward. Other than working with the City Commission hand in hand and building a team that we can all be proud of, there are two other items on this slide that I bring your attention to. Both are significant. One is the daily traffic gridlock of the school systems. We have 9 here in Lynn Haven, and the sprinkler irrigation systems, both of which need some very strategic and deliberate systematic attention. I will be seeking to establish 2 functional working groups made up of concerned fellow Lynn Haven citizens with skin in the game, city staff, and functional subject matter experts to dive into these specific issues one step at a time and come back to the City Commission on their team's collective recommendations on how best we can move forward. In closing, I am truly grateful for the public trust that all of you have bestowed upon me, and I'm truly humbled by that. As I assume the position of Lynn Haven Mayor, I give you my solemn word that I will do my utmost best to help our beloved city get back on track organizationally in a physically responsible financial position, and that we address any past problems and disconnects as is best in our ability to do so at this time, and how we move forward together in a very deliberate and transparent manner together. At the end of the day, if we can collectively make Lynn Haven once again known as the quiet, well-run bedroom community that we all know and love, all of the efforts that we are about to embark on here will be all worthwhile. Once again, thank you for being here tonight. May God bless you, your families, and God bless the city of Lynn Haven. Thank you.
All right, well, that concludes our meeting. Thank you, everyone, for coming out tonight, and feel free to mingle around and congratulate Dr. Dave Lowery, and have a good rest.